Hey, Cancer, I need to talk to you about something that came up in your reading today. And honestly, this situation with someone who has been throwing negativity your way is about to take a turn that even I did not fully expect when I first laid out these cards. So let me just get right into what the universe is showing us here, because this is one of those readings where the energy is so clear and so specific that I know some of you are going to feel this deeply. Before we dive in, I just want to say that if this resonates with you at any point, drop a comment below, because I have a feeling a lot of you Cancers are dealing with someone who has been spreading rumors, mocking your choices, or just generally being bitter about your progress. And what the cards are revealing about what happens next is something you need to hear. All right, Cancer. The first card that came through for you is the Ace of Swords. And I have to tell you, this card showed up with such sharp, piercing energy that I actually had to pause for a moment. The Ace of Swords is all about truth cutting through illusion, mental clarity arriving like a lightning bolt, and the universe basically saying enough is enough with the lies and the manipulation. What I am seeing here is that there has been someone in your orbit. Could be a coworker, could be an ex, could even be someone you considered a friend at one point who has been running their mouth about you. This person has been painting you in a negative light, trying to make themselves look better by making you look worse. And they have been doing it with this smug confidence like they are untouchable. But here is what the Ace of Swords is telling me. Cancer. Truth has a way of revealing itself, and it does not ask for permission. This card is showing me that very soon, maybe even within the next few weeks, something is going to come to light that completely exposes this person's true nature. I am talking about a situation where their own words, their own actions, come back around and reveal to everyone exactly who they really are. You know how they have been so vocal about criticizing you, pointing out your flaws, making jokes at your expense? The universe is about to hold up a mirror to them, and what gets reflected back is not going to be pretty. What I find really interesting about the Ace of Swords in this position is that you are not going to have to do anything to make this happen. You are not going to have to defend yourself. You are not going to have to gather evidence or convince anyone of your truth. The sword of truth cuts on its own, and this person is about to learn that lesson in a very public, very humbling way. I am seeing a scenario where maybe they slip up in conversation and contradict themselves, or someone else who witnessed their behavior finally speaks up, or perhaps their own jealousy becomes so obvious that people start questioning their motives. Whatever the mechanism, the result is the same. Clarity arrives, and it arrives swiftly. For you, Cancer, this Ace of Swords is also about reclaiming your mental peace. I know this person's words have probably gotten under your skin at times, even though you tried not to let them. There is something about being misunderstood or misrepresented that really bothers you, because as a Cancer, you value emotional authenticity and genuine connection. Having someone twist your intentions or mock your sensitivity has probably hurt more than you let on. But this card is telling me that you are about to experience this incredible moment of validation where you realize that the truth was always on your side. You never needed to prove anything because people who truly know you already see your worth, and those who were confused by the lies are about to have their eyes opened. The energy of this card is also preparing you for a new chapter where you approach situations with more discernment. You are learning to trust your intuition about people faster, to recognize red flags earlier, and to protect your energy more fiercely. This whole situation, as painful as it has been, is sharpening your ability to see through facades and to value substance over performance. You are becoming someone who cannot be fooled by smooth talk or fake concern, and that is a powerful evolution, Cancer. Now, the second card is the Knight of Wands, and wow, this is where things get really interesting, because this card is bringing in the energy of action, movement, and consequences catching up fast. The Knight of Wands is impulsive, passionate, and moves at full speed. And in this reading, I am seeing this as the karmic energy that is racing toward this person who has been spreading negativity about you. Think of it like this. They set certain energies in motion when they chose to be malicious, and now those energies are coming back to them with the speed and force of a galloping knight. What the Knight of Wands is showing me specifically is that this person is about to experience a series of rapid setbacks that seem to come out of nowhere, but are actually directly connected to the energy they have been putting out. I am seeing situations where opportunities they were counting on suddenly fall through, where people they thought were on their side start distancing themselves, where their own impulsive actions backfire in ways they did not anticipate. This is classic Knight of Wands energy in reverse, where all that fiery momentum turns chaotic and self-destructive. Here is what is really fascinating about this card in your reading: Cancer. The Knight of Wands is also showing me that this person's jealousy of you is what is actually driving their downfall. They have been so focused on you, so obsessed with your life and your choices, that they have completely neglected their own path. While they were busy mocking you, talking about you, trying to dim your light, they were not building anything substantial in their own life. And now, that is catching up with them in a really visible way. I am seeing scenarios where they are going to realize that while they were distracted by their bitterness toward you, you actually moved forward, created opportunities, built genuine connections, and positioned yourself for success. The Knight of Wands is also telling me that this person has been reckless with their words and their energy, burning bridges without even realizing it. They thought they were being clever or funny or justifiably critical, but what they were actually doing was showing everyone around them their true character. And in a very short period of time, multiple people are going to compare notes, realize the pattern, and collectively decide that this person is not someone they want to be associated with. This is the Knight's swift justice, Cancer. It does not deliberate or delay. It just moves, and it moves fast. For you, the Knight of Wands is actually bringing positive momentum into your life at the same time. While they are experiencing this karmic whirlwind, you are going to find that opportunities start flowing to you more easily. Projects you have been working on gain traction, people who appreciate your authentic energy start showing up, and you feel this renewed sense of passion and purpose. It is like the universe is showing you in real time that protecting your peace and staying in your integrity always pays off, even when it feels like the negative people are getting away with their behavior. They are not getting away with anything, Cancer. The Knight of Wands makes sure of that. The third card that came through is the Lovers, and this is where the reading takes a really interesting turn, because the Lovers is not just about romantic relationships, it is about choices, values, and the consequences of those choices. What I am seeing with this card is that this person who has been so negative toward you actually had a choice at multiple points to take a different path. They could have chosen to be supportive. They could have chosen to be neutral. They could have even chosen to just focus on their own journey. But instead, they actively chose jealousy. They chose mockery. They chose to invest their energy in tearing you down. The Lovers card is showing me that these choices are now creating a divergence in paths that is going to become really obvious really soon. There is you on one path, surrounded by people who genuinely care about you, moving toward meaningful connections and authentic success. And then there is this other person on a completely different path, one that is increasingly isolated and unfulfilling because the energy of jealousy and negativity does not attract good things. It repels them. What is really powerful about the Lovers in this position is that it is revealing the truth about relationships and alignment. This person thought they could maintain their friendships and connections while secretly being malicious about you, but the Lovers is saying that does not work. People are starting to see the misalignment between what this person says they value and how they actually behave. If they claim to be kind but mock others, if they claim to be supportive but spread rumors, if they claim to be confident but constantly tear down people they are jealous of, that misalignment becomes impossible to ignore. I am also seeing with the lovers that there might be a specific relationship or connection that this person loses as a direct result of their behavior toward you. Maybe it is a mutual friend who finally sees the truth and decides they cannot support someone who operates that way. Maybe it is a professional connection who hears about how this person has been conducting themselves and decides that is not someone they want to associate with. Maybe it is even a romantic situation where their jealousy and negativity becomes so consuming that it pushes away someone who could have been good for them. Whatever the specifics, the lovers is showing me that their choices have consequences in the realm of relationships and connections. For you, Cancer, the lovers is actually a really beautiful confirmation that you have been making the right choices, even when they were difficult. You chose to stay authentic when you could have become bitter. You chose to protect your peace when you could have engaged in drama. You chose to focus on your own growth when you could have been distracted by this person's negativity. And those choices are creating a foundation for really beautiful connections to come into your life. I am seeing new people entering your orbit who appreciate exactly who you are, who celebrate your sensitivity rather than mock it, who understand your depth rather than misinterpret it. The lovers is also telling me that you are coming into a phase where you are going to be much clearer about what kind of energy you allow into your life. You are raising your standards, not in a judgmental way, but in a self-respecting way. You are learning that you do not have to tolerate people who do not value you, and that realization is going to transform your relationships across the board. The person who mocked you actually did you a favor by showing you what you do not want and helping you get clearer on what you do want. Now, Cancer, the fourth card is the Seven of Wands, and I have to tell you, this card made me smile when it came up because it is showing me your strength through all of this. The Seven of Wands is about standing your ground, defending your position, and refusing to back down even when you are facing opposition. And you have been doing exactly that, Cancer, even if it has not always felt powerful in the moment. There have been times when this person's words got to you, times when you questioned yourself, times when you wondered if maybe you were being too sensitive or too something, but you kept standing, you kept moving forward, you kept being yourself. What the Seven of Wands is revealing now is that your resilience through this situation is actually what triggers the next phase of this person's karma. I know that might sound strange, but hear me out. By refusing to shrink, by refusing to change who you are to appease someone who does not matter, by refusing to engage in their level of pettiness, you maintained the high ground. And maintaining the high ground means that when the truth comes out, when the karma hits, no one can point to anything you did wrong. You did not retaliate, you did not spread counter rumors, you did not try to turn people against them. You just lived your life with integrity, and that is driving them absolutely crazy. The Seven of Wands is showing me that this person expected you to fight back in a messy way. They expected you to engage, to defend yourself publicly, to give them ammunition to use against you. But you did not do that. And your refusal to play their game has left them looking increasingly unhinged. I am seeing scenarios where they bring you up in conversations where you are not even relevant, where they cannot seem to let go of their fixation on you, where their jealousy becomes so transparent that it makes them look bad, not you. This card is also showing me that there might have been moments where you felt like giving up, like maybe you should just remove yourself from certain spaces or opportunities because dealing with this person's energy was too exhausting. But you did not do that either, Cancer. You held your position. You stayed in your lane, you kept working on your goals, you kept showing up authentically. And that decision to stand firm is what positions you to receive everything that is coming your way now. The Seven of Wands is also preparing you for a moment where you might need to make a final stand, not in a confrontational way, but in a boundary-setting way. I am seeing a situation coming up where you will have the opportunity to clearly and calmly establish what you will and will not tolerate going forward. This might happen in a group setting, it might happen in a one-on-one conversation, Or it might even be a decision you make privately about how you will respond if this person tries to re-enter your life after their karma hits. Whatever form it takes, the Seven of Wands is giving you the strength and clarity to handle it with grace and firmness. What I love about this card for you is that it is confirming you are so much stronger than you sometimes give yourself credit for. Cancers can be perceived as soft or overly emotional, and while you do feel deeply, you also have this incredible inner strength that people often underestimate. This whole situation has been revealing that strength to you, showing you that you can face negativity, betrayal, and jealousy without losing yourself in the process. That is powerful, Cancer, and it is going to serve you in so many ways going forward. The fifth card is the Star, and honestly, Cancer, when this card showed up, I felt this wave of relief and hope because the Star is about healing, renewal, and divine timing. After everything you have been through with this person's negativity, after all the times you have had to defend your energy and question why someone would treat you this way, the Star is here to tell you that healing is not only possible, but already happening. You are moving into a phase where the pain of this situation starts to fade, and what remains is wisdom, strength, and a clearer vision for your future. The Star is showing me that while this person is dealing with their karmic consequences, you are going to experience a renaissance of sorts. I am seeing you reconnecting with your dreams, with the visions you had for your life before this person's negativity tried to cloud them. You are remembering who you are at your core, what you are capable of, and what you truly want to create. There is this beautiful energy of hope returning to your life. Not naive hope, but grounded, optimistic hope that comes from having weathered a storm and emerged stronger. What is really special about the Star in this reading is that it is showing me you are going to inspire others with your story. Not because you are going to broadcast all the details of what happened, but because people are going to notice the transformation in you. They are going to see how you handled adversity with grace, how you protected your peace without becoming bitter, how you continued to shine even when someone was actively trying to dim your light. And that is going to be deeply inspiring to people who are fighting their own battles with jealous or negative individuals. The Star is also bringing in divine timing energy, which tells me that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. There might have been moments where you wished the karma would hit faster, where you wanted immediate justice, where you questioned why this person seemed to be getting away with their behavior. But the Star is showing me that the timing of how everything unfolds is actually perfect. It needed to happen this way so that the lessons could be learned, so that the truth could be undeniable, so that the transformation in you could be complete. I am also seeing with the Star that you are going to find yourself drawn to healing practices or spiritual activities that help you process and release any remaining negative energy from this situation. Maybe you will spend more time in nature, maybe you will explore meditation or journaling, maybe you will connect with a community of people who understand what it is like to be targeted by jealousy. Whatever form it takes, this healing journey is going to be deeply nourishing for your soul, Cancer. The Star is ultimately telling you that you are not defined by what this person said about you or how they treated you. You are defined by how you chose to respond, by the integrity you maintained, by the light you continued to shine. And that light is about to get so much brighter, Cancer, because you are no longer carrying the weight of their negativity. You are free, you are healing, and you are stepping into a version of yourself that is more authentic and powerful than ever before. The final card, Cancer, is the Knight of Swords. And this is the card that really seals the deal on this whole karmic situation, because the Knight of Swords does not play around. This is swift, decisive, cutting energy that brings truth and justice in a way that cannot be argued with or denied. If the Ace of Swords was the initial revelation of truth, the Knight of Swords is truth in action, charging forward with absolute clarity and purpose. What I am seeing with the Knight of Swords is that there is going to be a specific incident or revelation that happens quite suddenly and exposes this person in a way they cannot recover from. I am talking about something that happens fast, catches them completely off guard, and changes how people perceive them almost instantly. This could be someone finally speaking up about their behavior. This could be evidence coming to light that contradicts their narrative. This could be them making a mistake in public that reveals their true character. Whatever the specifics, the Knight of Swords ensures that it happens quickly and decisively. The Knight of Swords is also showing me that this person is not going to be able to talk their way out of what is coming. They might try, they might scramble to control the narrative or play the victim, but the energy of this card is too direct and too clear for manipulation to work. People are going to see through whatever excuses they offer because the truth is going to be so obvious, so undeniable, that there is no room for confusion. This is the universe basically saying enough is enough. The truth is being revealed, and there is nothing that can stop it. For you, Cancer, the Knight of Swords represents a moment of vindication that might feel surreal when it happens. You might find yourself watching this situation unfold and feeling a mix of emotions, maybe some satisfaction that the truth is finally out, maybe some sadness that it had to come to this, maybe even some compassion for this person despite how they treated you. And all of those feelings are valid, Cancer, because you are complex and you are allowed to feel multiple things at once. What I find really important about the Knight of Swords in this final position is that it is giving you closure. Not the kind of closure where you need an apology or acknowledgement from this person, but the kind of closure that comes from the universe itself confirming what you always knew. You were never the problem. Their jealousy was the problem, and truth always finds a way to surface. This closure allows you to fully release any remaining attachment to this situation and move forward with complete freedom. The Knight of Swords is also preparing you for a phase where you approach your own life with this same kind of decisive, clear energy. You are done with ambiguity, done with people who play games, done with situations that drain your energy. You are moving forward with purpose and clarity, making decisions quickly and confidently, trusting your intuition implicitly. This person's karma is honestly just the prelude to your own breakthrough, Cancer, because while they are dealing with consequences, you are stepping into your power. So, Cancer, let me bring this all together for you because the message from these cards is so clear and so powerful. Someone who has been jealous of you, who has mocked you and spread negativity about you, is about to face karmic consequences that will shock everyone who witnesses it. The truth is coming out swiftly and decisively through the Ace of Swords and Knight of Swords. The momentum of their own negative energy is catching up to them through the Knight of Wands, and the choices they made are creating a divergence in paths that is revealed by the Lovers. Meanwhile, you are standing strong through the Seven of Wands and healing beautifully through the Star, preparing to step into a whole new chapter of your life. This reading wants you to know that you do not have to do anything to make this karma happen. You do not have to seek revenge. You do not have to defend yourself. You do not have to prove anything. The universe is handling it, and it is handling it in a way that is going to be undeniable and transformative. Your only job is to continue being your authentic self, to continue protecting your peace, and to continue moving forward with integrity and hope. If this resonated with you, Cancer, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you been dealing with someone who has been spreading negativity or jealousy your way? Are you feeling the energy shift already? Let me know, because I have a feeling a lot of you are going to connect deeply with this message. Take care of yourself, trust in divine timing, and remember that your light cannot be dimmed by someone else's darkness. You are protected, you are supported, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should.